Okay, this is a recap of the trades that I only took one trade actually today, and I had a possible setup for another trade, which I'll show you. But actually, this was the trade that I got off first thing this morning. Broke it up into three lots. I sold my first here, the next one here, and also here. I bought this actually in the area of yesterday's minor support. So that's where I bought it. It came down and gave me this reversal bar in that area, and I bought a trade above this reversal bar here. Uh, as you see, price continued to go up, and once it got in this area, I brought my stop to right here below this pivot, because this is the area where I know the next area of buyers are. And you see on this, I didn't need any uh, moving average indicators, because price told me right here when we had this area of supply and demand, this is where buyers are. Prices came back down into here. This happened to hell because it was supply and demand here, and prices rallied up, to a new area, and then it created another area of supply and demand here. Unfortunately, I didn't hold on to it that long. I could have got a bigger gain, but actually I didn't. Up here, I ended up using a subjective point for my exit. This was in the area of a whole number and a 200 period moving average, which normally I don't use, but at that point, sometime the 200 period just happened to use so much weight because everybody's watching it, but the price just had so much momentum. But as you see, it went right through it, and went through this trader pivot 2, went up here, consolidated here, and actually went up some more. So that's where we're at this point. Now I'll show you the trade that I was end up gonna take, but I didn't take. Over here, and actually, yes, right here we had another trade setting up again. This was coming up here to an area of major resistance, and the reason why I end up not taking this trade because it was too close. Actually, at that time I knew that FOMC was coming up, and we had a little area right here of support, and I know usually right before the FOMC meeting it's low volatility, and so I figured it might take a while, so it wasn't enough points in there at that point between here and there for me to take that. So I didn't end up not shorting that area, but actually one of the students that I coach, actually he took that trade, and yeah, he cleaned up actually right after the meeting. Now just something I wouldn't take, but he ended up taking it. He was able to get into that short. But this right here, as it went up, you don't need to move now. You find the area where buyers are. Buyers are always in the area of major resistance, of course. We just don't know how many buyers is always the key question. I mean, how many sellers? So a seller is always in the area of major resistance. Just the question is how many. So up in here was the turning point. We saw that the bulls at this point was beginning to lose control. Went up here, saw this bar. That was the first sign of turning. Here they couldn't make new highs, and from there that was all she wrote. So this was a turning signal, and price gave us that indication.